Good morning. I'm right outside Classic Camera and I'm gonna head in now. If you watched that video, I sold my Leica M246 monochrome, and honestly, with that budget, I'm looking to buy another M body. Now, I don't really know what I'm gonna be able to get, but I've come to Classic Camera in London to see my options and make a decision. So I'm gonna head in now, talk about what cameras I have as options, and then make my final decision. Hi, good morning. Good, how are you? No, not with me.
Okay. With Cartier Bresson lens on. This one had already been serviced.
I see.
You posted on it yesterday.
Yeah, but
You
you
maybe
can see the camera's when it drops, it's got impact
Yeah.
damage. He needs to
Needs
let
to go
it
to
settle.
repair.
But I say my guy at the moment, it's months and months and months to get this. He needs to claim his insurance. I mean, it's been dropped and he's killed the camera. These still.
So, as you saw, I'm in Classic Camera in London, and I've bought an M3 double stroke with a 50mm F2.8 collapsible. And I just want to say thank you to Andy for helping me out with this deal. I'm really excited to use this camera, and obviously I've had M's before, but this one is a special one. It's a double stroke model, and I bought a bunch of film, so we'll go out shooting and I'll show you guys how this camera performs in the real world. So it started to rain pretty heavily in London, and I'm just heading back to meet with Sarjan. At this point, knowing my personality, knowing what type of person I am, I honestly see buying lenses as an investment, and it makes sense because whatever M body I choose to use, I know that I can use my lenses with it. So I don't want to spend too much on the actual body of the cameras that I'm buying, and I want to allocate most of my budget when I'm buying anything to actually spend it on the lenses, because what determines the quality of the photos you take is you and the lenses you use, not the sensor, not the film. It's your eye and the lens you use that determines how the photo turns out. So I've been wanting a 50mm lens for some time, and the collapsible F2.8 is an amazing lens and was in very, very clean condition. So I'm happy I got the opportunity to buy that lens, and I'm super excited to use it. I love the black color as well. It just doesn't make sense to spend too much on the body of the camera that I buy. Yes, sometimes technical errors do happen and I'm forced to sell the camera that I'm using, which was what happened with the Type 246, but in the past I've kind of gotten really excited with the M that I bought, and then I've sold it like 3 months later. So I'm happy that I bought an M that's gonna meet my needs and just allow me to shoot with the lenses that I buy. And I've always said that the most important thing when it comes to photography is the lenses you use. I've bought a 50mm f2.8 Leica lens, and this is a collapsible 50mm, so it's a beautiful lens. It's in amazing condition. So I'm really happy with what I did because I stayed within my budget, and I sold the Type 246 and actually got another M and a lens within that price range. I think it makes sense. This camera is going to be really fun to use. The M3 double stroke has a 0.91 magnification within the viewfinder. So the best lens, in my opinion, that you can use with the M3 is the 50mm. With the M2 and the M3, you take the film spool out, you load the film, and then you put it back into the camera. I'm going to load 200 ISO Kodak Gold. So the film should be looking down and the metal tip should also be looking down. And once you slide the film in, there's an arrow on the film spool, and because you're loading the backside of the film, that should be covering the arrow completely. And once that covers, you know that you've slid the film in where it should be. You have to cover that whole arrow. So I've slid in the film onto the arrow. That is going to go that way, and then the film spool is going to go this way. So you slide the film in like that. If you just push the film spool to the end, you'll see that the film lines up. And then when you're closing it, what you want to make sure you're doing is that should be going into there. So yeah, you guys will be able to see the POV of the camera. It's a gloomy, rainy day in London, but that's how it is 90% of the time. So I'm sure I can get some cinematic photos. Check.
Sercan sana şey yapsın.
İtalyan sanatı.
Ben seviyorum abi ya.
En sonunda baktılar. Lütfen bana bakar mısınız?
I'm heading to the Leica store now to get a strap for the camera. Leather. And this is the other leather one.
Onu kesin bir ip bulmak lazım. Buldun mu strap?